It's been a while since. It's been a while. Hi. Yes, I'm still alive. This vlog is a bit of a mixture of, let's just call it spring 2026. The last footage I have is of me heading out to the morning of my 50K in the beginning of May. It is now the end of May, and I am just picking up the camera because after that I went on a marvelous tour of Europe, if you will. I've been back for about a week and I'm a bit discombobulated, but all I have to say is that we did actually complete that 50K. There were doubts. I wanted to quit. Out there were about 200 runners. People were doing it like in relay teams, so switching off laps. But I truly think that like God was looking out for me, because when I arrived, there were these two sisters that had done it 2 years previously, and they were tenting and setting up. And they immediately introduced themselves. They had great energy. When they found out that I was doing it for my first time and solo, and also this was my first trail run, they were so supportive. After every round, they'd be like, Helena, what do you need? What can we help you with? And so those moments where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore, I was kind of like, well, shit, now I have to, because people know me. But honestly, it's sometimes that mental trickery that gets you through, and I cannot believe that I did it, and I'm so glad I did. I actually had some really great pictures taken of me at the event as well, and you can actually tell like the first round of me being like, yay, we're doing it, to me, and like the last round being like in my Patagonia jacket just being like, we're barely alive, but we're gonna cross that finish line. So that's really the end, and that wraps up spring. I don't currently have anything slated for the near future. So again, this vlog is just a mixture of me getting training and running the rock and roll half marathon in DC in March, and then I did the Cherry Blossom 10 miler in DC in April, and then this 50K at the beginning of May. This was the hardest thing that I have done to date, and I'm super proud of this one. But yeah, that's what this vlog is. Sorry that it's late. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching it, and enjoy this vlog.
Coming closer, now that I'm a mess, tangled up in wires, I can't catch my breath. I run, pulling deeper, I confess, drowning in the chaos, I can't catch my breath. I run, catch my coming closer, now that I'm a mess, tangled up in wires, I can't catch my breath. I run, pulling deeper, I cannot confess, drowning in the chaos, I can't catch my breath. I run,
Moving in the right direction. That's all we can do today, and it's a glorious day. It is really hot. Like, as soon as I stepped out, I could already feel like the frizz and just the humidity. But it was good. It was good to get out there, you know, grab it when you can. And again, I just need to start training a little bit more in the heat so that I'm not completely and wholly out of my depth during the half marathon.
Thanks, Shane Starbucks. What can I get for you?
Good morning. Could I get a hot venti Americano, please?
Alrighty. Anything else?
That's it.
$5 even.
Thank you. An ex once asked me, like, Elena, why don't you run at the park? And I immediately said, because the park serves a very different purpose for me. I mean, yes, typically both running and the park improve my mental health. But the park only asks for me to show up. That's it. Right? I can show up angry, annoyed, happy, whatever. Whereas if I were to add running to the mix, I'd have to show up to work. And then slowly but surely, the park would then start to become this place where it's all about data, right? And how I'm performing and how many miles I'm completing and what's my pace, you know? So then it loses the simplicity of just being, right? If I start seeing the park as a place of work, then I'm going to actually start having resentment towards being here, because then I'll start to associate it with just another thing that I have to complete and have to perform at. And I'm not willing to do that, right? I'm not willing to do that. And I think at this point, I have enough emotional maturity to say, I stick to what I do here, what works here, and what has worked here. I don't need to switch it up, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that's why I really don't run here. Because it's just not a place where I run. It's a place where I walk and I just get to be sort of one with nature as well. I think that's another point. If I were to run here, I wouldn't really be paying attention to the beauty. Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Good morning! It's Sunday, March 15. That means it is a long run Sunday. I am taking a Honey Stinger Gold Energy Gel. It's still like this jarring, honestly, feeling every time I take a gel. Because it's literally like just straight up so much sugar hits you at once. This is my last long run of my training block. This will wrap up week 6 of training for my half marathon. Half marathon is in T-7 days. So I just have 8 miles on the schedule today. Yeah, that run sucked. It sucked. It was bad. Bad. I don't know. I had a water on me, fueled properly this morning. Took another gel right before I ran. And took one 5 miles in. But like mile 5, it just started to, honestly, just up that first hill to Port Republic. I thought I actually did okay. Not sure why, but the past couple of runs outdoors, I have really been feeling like an impact on my knees when I'm running, and it's not pleasant. It kind of hurts. Not to the point where I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh, like there's an issue, but they do, if my legs are tired, my knees are in some level of like pain. Ta-da! What do we think? I love it. My hair is like, I want to Pinterest it and save it as inspo for later. But now we're gonna head into DC. That's it. And then go to the expo, check into the hotel, get some kava. I don't know what we're gonna do for dinner. We'll see, but oh my gosh. I'm a slow to average runner, but who knows what this hair might do tomorrow. No, you know what? No, I'm not putting that out there because I don't want to jinx it. Good morning. It's race day. It's 5:45. Let's get ready. This is the weird part about a race day. It's like I don't eat breakfast and I'm forcing myself to eat a PBJ kind of concoction, a PBJ patty, if you will. All I'm thinking about is I don't want my legs to feel dead. Please, legs, don't feel dead. Yeah, so I wanted to do a quick sit down to talk about the race recap while it's still a bit fresh. I ran this past weekend. It's now the following Monday. My official chip time. Okay, my official chip time was 2:21:21. That makes it a 10:42 minute per mile on average. For my age group, I was 310 out of 715. By gender, I was 3,142 out of 6,458. Overall, I was 7,351 out of 12,471 for those who are just interested in the time. I thought I started out actually quite average. I didn't feel like I went out too fast. Honestly, if I have to be like the first 5 to 6 miles of this race, I was feeling really well. Like just my legs were feeling great. I was actually really thankful that I just did that one shakeout the Thursday before. And I felt good. The weather was great. Even though the Oakleys that I wore weren't, I guess, technically very sun protective. That was a mistake. I didn't like those glasses. I can't believe I spent that money on those sunnies. Anyway, they looked good at least. But we started out, it felt good. And again, I was just kind of like, oh, this is feeling great. And I kept telling myself, like, not too fast. I am still learning. This is just my second half marathon. I am still very much learning what it means to run outdoors on a road there, especially in some spots as well. Like the sun was hitting and it's like asphalt is right directly under you. There's no trees and the sun's just like, hey girl, I'm here for you. And you're just like, ah. But yes, the handheld definitely came in clutch, and I wish I had taken actually another gel just to see. However, maybe it's a good thing I didn't, because my stomach might have felt a little bit like too much was going on. And here is the medal. Isn't she pretty? She's pretty substantial. Just a girl in her bathroom, reminding herself that she does actually enjoy running and trying to convince herself that yes, she's still a runner even though she hasn't run in a week.
What you know about rolling?
But today I was able to run the very last mile at a pace that used to be like my all-out sprint, that I was only maybe able to maintain for 20, 30 seconds tops. I ran at that speed for an entire mile. Hello, it's been about a week since I ran the Credit Union Cherry Blossom 10 miler, and so today, Friday, I want to talk about it, do a little bit of a race recap, and talk about what it was like running this bad boy. This was my first 10-mile race, and it was probably my best race to date. Meaning, the stars, the gel gods, the nutrition gods, the leg gods, all of the things came into synchronicity. And I just had a really good run out there. We had our first 5K split at 33:25 with a pace of 10:46. My 10K was an hour and 4 minutes. My 15K, or 9.3 miles, was 1:35, and I finished at 1:41:26. That finish line was like, yes, svoboda, freedom. I do the medal, and I, showed you my bib. That, as proof, as one would say. But also this is the shirt, and I love the design. Whoever designed this, just kudos to you, because this is a shirt I will be wearing. Isn't that lovely? Good morning. Long time no see. I have not picked up the camera in weeks. That's another discussion. But this morning we are on an adventure. One that is going to require some newfound courage, strength, resiliency, forbearance, and a lot of prayer and carbs. I am driving over this morning to the ski slopes because I am running a 50K today. Now, this 50K is a 5K on the hour every hour for 10 hours. So 5K by 10, which I think equates to around 32 miles, something like that. I'm incredibly nervous. I signed up for this race months ago because I thought a 5K, and I was just like, oh, it's something new. It's a different kind of distance. It's an all-day kind of thing. I've never done anything like this. It's a little bit of a challenge. It's out of my comfort zone, so let's do it. So there are 2 creek crossings, so I might get wet. So being cold and wet, because today is a cold day, whilst pushing your body, and anyway, I woke up this morning and I put the lipstick on and I put the under eye sparkles on because we are showing up how we show up with a good attitude. What does failure look like? And I thought about it, and I'm like, well, I fall flat on my ass, my face, and I don't finish. It's actually not that bad. That's what, it's not terrible, right? DNF, do not finish, did not fail. At least I am going out this morning and I am trying. So I've had a coffee and I've had an overnight oats mush little thing that was like peanut butter and banana. My electrolytes, I've got all kinds of snack. I got even pasta with me. So I am going to head out and I'm going to try, since it's, you know, a 5K on the hour every hour, there might be time where I can, you know, bust out the camera. Maybe not. But that's what we're doing today, so let's go. Hello, could I get a hot venti Americano, please? Hot. That's it. Thank you.